Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and get started since I was running a little bit behind. So again, hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna be using my Signs of the Times Oracle for our community read, and then I'm gonna be using our the Unfolding Path for our tarot readings. So use exclamation point join to join the queue. Can you not hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I was like, everything shows on my end, but who knows? Alrighty, let's get this all shuffled. Do my community read here. Oh, this is a card I haven't pulled in a long time. This is Moon. This card is about emotions. And look at that. It's like you can see the sunset in the background. It feels very relaxing. I get the initial vibe around emotions of like trying to find ways to relax yourselves and get in better control over your emotions and not letting it like rule over you. But let's see what else the community read has for us, what other cards we have before I make that final call. We have Crown. This is personal power. Okay, I totally agree with my first assessment there. The Crown is like taking control, right? I mentioned I kind of felt like that in this first card, being able to just relax, kind of feel like you have control over your own power or your own emotions. And then this is like feeling like you are empowered to wield your emotions as you see fit and feeling like you're capable of applying the correct emotion for the correct moment. Just ultimately it feels very much like you are ultimately it feels very much like we are coming into our own power for this community read. And let me make sure I didn't drop any cards. Okay. And let's see what our last card is. All right, last card here is bees. This is community. I love that. Okay. So this feels really internal, feels very much like you're getting control over yourself, and then you're starting to feel more empowered, starting to feel like you can wield things how you want to wield them, and then be part of the community that you see fit, and being able to apply those emotions effectively. And I just love the progression of this from like the solitude to like the internal to the external, I should say. Oh, you finally added this to your. I'm shocked it took so long considering how often I use it. All right. Let's go into the readings. All right, Andrea, sorry. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and get this all shuffled. Yeah, I'm shocked this wasn't already on your wish list. I figured it had been on there for a while, considering. This deck has a wicked bend to it. Get it all bent back. It's better. I'll see what the energy is between both of you, and see what that looks like. I don't do third-party readings, so whatever his energies or thoughts are his own, but I'll see what's going on between y'all. And just to be clear, you're asking to borrow money, or the Leo was asking for money from you. Oh, that's funny. We have the lion here. So, we have the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and then the Strength card. So, I feel like overall you have like a lot of wands here. You have wands here, which is fire energy, and then you have the strength card here, which is also fire energy. It's a sign of the Leo. I feel like did you say why you were wanting to borrow money? Like what it was for? I'm just curious. Because there's like this I really wonder if this reading feels like it's all reversed. Yeah, it feels much more like this if I'm looking at it. Like everything fits together, but it feels topsy-turvy, the energy. So it feels very much like there's a hesitancy to loan you money for probably a couple of reasons. Part of it here with like the page. The page upright can be a really excited individual really looking to explore and learn and go on adventures, but in reverse I feel like there's a hesitancy to do that. So when it comes to like wanting to loan someone something, there's just like resistance to that. So I feel like maybe they said yes, but maybe it felt like, they felt like they had to. So they're kind of like there's like this distance between you guys. So I feel like your Leo here is actually the page, you might be the queen, and then the strength card just kind of surmises everything that's going on. But this page here feels very much like I don't know what to do. I really don't see the I don't have that spark to do the thing that I'm being asked to do. So there's a little bit of hesitancy um in that regard. And then the problem with the queen here is I worry that uh sometimes people don't respond well to asking people being asked for money. Depends on their relationship with money and stuff like that. But I feel like the queen upright is usually someone who is really determined. She's really determined and focused and inspiring queen. But in reverse, it almost feels like there's this like um air of like putting oneself too much ahead of others, and I don't think that there's like that right connection there. So I think the asking for money thing just kind of flip things around a bit. But yeah, this queen, she can while she still embraces that fiery energy around her, sometimes it's just not focused in the right directions, and because of that, some of the things that she might ask of people are taken the wrong way. Uh, and I think we kind of see that really come to fruition with the strength card. So the strength card is really that it kind of surmises like what's going on with this package here over here, insecurities, and just really that lack of inner strength or connectedness that's going on. So I don't think that they might loan you money, but I don't know that they'll necessarily be happy about it despite what they say. So, um, y- oh, he wanted to get back together. Yeah, maybe this is his way of thinking like, oh, if I do this, she'll get back with me, or, but it doesn't really want to. That explains the Page of Wands. The pages are also a little on the immature side. So I think that there's definitely a disconnect here. I don't necessarily see it being around just the finances or being around like asking for money thing. You have no pentacles here, no earth energy at all. So I feel like it's very much more just the energy between y'all. And this is just one more thing to add to the docket. Oh, I'm so thirsty today. Hey Ari, welcome to the queue. Okay, Mariana, you are up next. Andre, good luck with that. It's an interesting situation. All right, let's see what April has going on for you. Ooh, April seems to be an important month. So we have the Fool card, the Six of Swords, and then the Death card. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it. So the Fool card starts off the tarot. It's the very first card of the deck. It starts off our journey. It's like saying April might be that month where you take a leap of faith. And it might have something to do with finally releasing some baggage and being able to move on mentally from some things that might have been holding you back up until basically this point. So this I'll kind of start in the middle and then kind of work around, even though I already started with the Fool. But the you have a lot of transitional cards here, which tells me that April is going to be the start of a transitional period for you. This the Six of Swords is like this, like mentally finally being able to move on from things, no longer letting them bog you down internally, and consciously making the decision to just forge ahead. So if you look at this, you can see like she's leaving the darkness behind, or about to. She's about to get into the boat, so to speak, and is facing into the light. So kind of that whole energy going on. So whatever has been like weighing you down, just consider that it's this month, or well, not this month, April will be the month that you can start to finally feel like you have the mental fortitude to put things behind you. The Death card really just solidifies this. This is another transitional card where this is the card of transformation. It's not just transition. It's also saying that you are transforming yourself. Usually, like if you think of it, I like to think of a butterfly where you are finally coming out of your cocoon. You are finally like becoming your whole self and finally being able to embrace that. So I don't know exactly what happens in April, but there's something that just kind of kicks that off for you. So it seems like it's going to be the start of a really, really great month. No, good. I'm glad that's something that you're looking forward to. Whatever you have been doing to get to that point seems to be leading down a good path. Alrighty, Four. Hey, add your question to the queue. Let's see. I know. Whoop. One more card. So, yes, I just think you're going to be a little bit all over the place for a bit. So you have the Emperor, the Four of Wands, and then the Nine of Cups. Sorry, checking to see. My mom was messaging me, so. Actually, I don't think this is reversed. I think this is reversed. Okay. So I think you will hit it off. I just think that you need to set expectations in terms of what help looks like with this Nine of Cups in reverse. So I think that what that means is sometimes we go in asking for help and we realize that the things that we need help with are not exactly the things that we need help with. And I think that's really what the Nine of Cups is signifying. It's not saying like you're going to go in and everything's going to be perfect and you're going to find the emotional stability that you're looking for, but instead you're going to realize like there's something else that you were missing, and I think that they're going to really help bring that out of you. So on one side here we have the Emperor. He is really I like that you have the Emperor, because I feel like this is going to be someone who will really represent a sense of like authority and structure in your life, which might be something that you need to help reevaluate the things that the root cause of the things that are going on. But yeah, so you have this person who not only is like an authority figure, it's not someone who's going to be like cracking the whip. The cool thing about the Emperor is they give off like a really like paternal, fatherly vibe, so it's all coming from like a place of caring and connection. And then in the middle of your reading you have the four of wands. I don't know why I had like a quick brain fart right there, but the Four of Wands is about being able to celebrate, feeling like you have a community, feeling comfortable in that community, and feeling like that can really open yourself up, and feeling like you are reaching a higher energy than possibly you have before. So in doing that, in this pairing, I think what it does is really just it's going to allow you to reevaluate things that maybe past therapists were not able to get out of you, which made you feel like you're not really helping me, right? So the reason I want to point that out is because this part is going to take time and it's going to feel like a little bit of a setback. But as long as you feel like there's that connection there, this is, sometimes that's just how it is, right? So just give yourself the time to do that, the time to really build with your new therapist. And yeah, I wish you luck. I know shopping for therapists it's not fun. It's like interviewing for jobs, except the other way around. Robin, no, I wasn't using my bones. I've left them sitting out because I need to put my dice in. I just haven't done it yet. My mom was calling to tell me how delicious her steak was that she made. All right, sorry. My friend's flying in to hang out this weekend, and I wanted to see if her flight landed. You're welcome, for. All right, up next is Ari. Let me read off who I have in the queue. I have Luke, Logic, and then Cookie. Welcome to the queue, y'all. Are you guys doing anything fun for the weekend? I feel like I just need a nap. Sure. All right. General love reading for Ari. This is the second time I pulled the Tower for you for a love reading. At least consciously, at least two. So we have the Three of Pentacles, the Tower, and then we have the, what is this, eight of swords. So I think that there's a few things going on, some bits and pieces to explore. Ooh, a champagne bar bookstore. Oh, Cookie, sorry. Sorry you don't have the energy this weekend. That's definitely how I felt last weekend. So, start in the middle, because I feel like this is probably something I've said before, so I'll kind of get it out of the way. The Tower insinuates that it's time to maybe re reevaluate the foundations that you've built upon to find people, I guess, romantically. So, like, what are the foundational things that you consider to be important, and are they still relevant, or have they been helpful to you? Have they been a hindrance to you? Kind of evaluate that. The Tower really insinuates that we need to really break down our walls and reassess the things around us. The thing about the Tower specifically is, I feel like if you don't do it yourself, there's going to be the universe will do it for you. And I think that's the point in the Tower where we don't want to get to, because that becomes much more uncomfortable than doing it ourselves, where we're kind of forced into situations to reevaluate our lives, right? So I'm gonna kind of hop around here. So one part of that is the Eight of Swords really insinuates that you are feeling like really boxed in. I don't know if you're feeling it, but I think that this is the things, your ideals have boxed you into this cookie cutter way of how you envision your love life to be, and it doesn't invite people in very well. Let me rephrase it. It doesn't invite the right people in very well, which makes you just continues the cycle of this. So on the other side, I wonder if, like, you have a friend group or just like a support group around you that you can really just lean into and let that be your focus for a while, in the sense where you, like, sometimes when you stop, okay, this is I'm gonna go off like a little story, but you know, when you search for something for too hard, and then when you finally just like relax, it finally comes to you, you finally find it, or whatever it is. I feel like that's what you need to do, like, just relax, ease into like some good times with your friends, and I think let things occur naturally and stop trying so hard. Break out of that little box that you've put yourself in. Sorry, keeping track of when my friend will get in. But yeah, you know, ease up a bit, let yourself enjoy time with people that you actually care about, your social circles and stuff like that, and let things occur naturally. um I think it maybe in doing so, it'll allow you to break down your walls a little more easily, because you're around people that you care for and trust, and like, perhaps in doing so you can lean on them a little bit to especially if they have what looks like healthy relationships, you can lean on them to kind of help you assess when people are coming into your life, to make sure that they're not like crazy or something. But yeah, I feel I don't, in this reading, I don't feel like anything's necessarily coming towards you right now. I think this is very much like a self journey that needs to happen first before that can happen, before anything of any substance anyways. Yeah, for sure. It's like that stingy cat where you can't want their love too much, or else or else they ignore you. Alrighty, Luke, go ahead and put your question in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and close the queue. Everybody who's in is in. Um, so Logic and Cookie, you will be up next. I know, Cookie. It's so funny because if you've ever seen some of my videos, sometimes Luna pops up into them, and she's extremely social. She wants attention. Not both my cats want attention, and my one friend just wanted attention from her too bad, and Luna was like, ew, you're too desperate, get away from me. And then when I told my friend, like, just relax, like, she'll come to you because she's literally a whore, so just, you can't want it too bad. And when she did that, Luna was all over. It was so funny. Ooh, that's a good question. So this is a much more in-depth question, I feel like, than we'll get out of 3 cards. But, I always tell you to reflect on the cards that stand out to you and the pieces that stand out to you. Oh, no. I don't have birds or any other cats, so luckily the cats just end up fighting with each other for the most part. So I'm lucky in that aspect. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Ari. It's what I see in the cards. It is what it is. Alrighty, so Luke, you got the World card, the High Priestess, and then you have the 3 of Cups. So I know this is a fairly feminine deck, but this energy feels very feminine all in general. Just, with the High Priestess, you have the World here. So I think I'll just go in order. I'll go in order. I think one of the things you should probably do is an exercise where you focus on your accomplishments that didn't necessarily rely on other people, and the things that you're really proud of that you've done with either no help or very minimal help, and like assess like what your strengths were in those situations, or how you overcame something in those situations where you were the driving factor in that instance, and like make it a little like maybe journaling thing, and find key things. And once you find those things, you can lean into the High Priestess here, who's very much she's really intuitive, really in touch with herself. There's also the side of spirituality in it, so you could turn it into like a spell or ritual where you pull out the words that you highlighted right in your initial exercise, and maybe turn them into spell jars where you feel like, as you keep them on you, that is part of you powering your own energy. You can make it very symbolic, or if you want it to be more of a mundane thing, if you reflect back on the things that you're good at when you are in situations that are similar, just think back like, oh, I was able to do this on my own. I'm good at this. I don't need to rely on other people to make myself successful, stuff like that. Start to use really self-empowering words once you start to identify those things, the things that you are proud of yourself, right? So The other thing I like about the high priestess is that I feel like she's all about her inner voice. So this is all about the things that you're saying to yourself, and what kind of words you're saying to yourself about yourself. And I think that you need to focus on changing that perspective, right? And in doing so, it starts to become habitual. So building those good habits. And then interestingly, you have the 3 of Cups. And this is another card of like community and friendship. And I think it's like, if you reflect on the people that you really enjoy, that you bring into yourself, a lot of times, you bring in the friends that mirror a part of yourself. So if you're relying on those people for a little bit of self-worth, you're actually relying on a part of you. So you just have to refocus it and say like, oh, I'm relying on friend X because they're really good at this thing. And like, but I'm actually really good at something very similar. So, you start to reframe how you talk about your friends and make sure you're not comparing. There's that saying like comparison is like the root of all evil or something like that. So be careful about comparing yourself to your friends and the people around you, because life isn't about comparison, right? We're all better at something than someone else. We're all worse at something than somebody else. So yeah, just reframing a lot of that language. I think it all boils down to like that inner voice of your inner monologue to yourself about yourself is really where it comes down to. Oh, good. You've been doing that. So I think you're on the right track then. Mm. Ari, I wouldn't say it's like saying that you expect too much. I think that the problem would be like doing the same thing, getting bad results, but expecting something better without changing anything. That's where it becomes expecting too much, because I think everybody deserves to expect at least, something, like a good relationship, long relationship, happy, a non-toxic person, somebody who fits into my friend group easily, stuff like that. I think people are allowed to expect those kind of things, but it's just how you're framing the expectation with the actual actions. You're welcome, Luke. Alrighty, Logic, you are up next. Cookie, that's so true. It's always worth reflecting on like who we attract and why, and or why we're attracted to certain people and why, especially if it's not working for us. I think that people that struggle to be single struggle to be in relationships. Just, I'm not a therapist, obviously, but anecdotally from looking at my friends, people that are uncomfortable being alone tend to not actually find comfort in relationships, because they are putting a bandage on what's truly the issue, whatever that issue is, whatever makes people scared of being alone. So true, Cookie. Over there preaching. SB, sorry, my queue is closed for the night. I'm about to just finish up my last reading. Cookie, go ahead, put your question in the queue. But I'll be back next week. Oh, sure. All right. General reading. Let's see what pops up. So you have the Queen of Swords, the Six of Wands, and then the Knight of Swords. I really like this. So I'm going to start in the middle here. I feel like you're in a period where you can really just, you're finally starting to stand out in really good ways. And part of it is feeling like you're coming into your own, like, when I say femininity, I don't like to over gender people, but we can all come into that in some kind of way. But then on the other side, coming into our really like ambitious phase, and it's really starting to make you stand out. You're releasing a lot of energy that makes people notice in a really good way. The Six of Wands is really about that social recognition. It doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I'm trying to be an influencer or anything like that. It just means that people are seeing the work or feeling the work that you have put in, and it's radiating off of you. I sound like your daughter. Hopefully that's a good thing. But yeah, I think there's this being in the center of your reading. I like that the Six of Wands is here because it gives the whole reading a lot of energy, and there's an air of just victory with the Six of Wands. Oh, that's so sweet. And I think that if you're working on stuff and you're looking for things to kind of come around and start to show some results, you might be coming into that time period now. People are going to start to recognize that. So on one side here, we have the Queen of Swords. I love this Queen of Swords. She's so just badass. She looks so comfortable in herself, in everything that she has done. And the queens are naturally imbue that energy of water, of like intuition and all of that. But the Queen of Swords is just so like, things start to become really clear. She's very clear-minded, very focused on the things that she wants, but very emotionally in tune with that ambition. So it doesn't become too cold, so to speak. It's still inviting in a kind of way. You still have that ability to grow the world, your little queendom around yourself. And she's just like highly intelligent and highly perceptive. So I think that's why there's this like really good balance between feeling like people are starting to notice, and you like coming into that Queen of Swords era. And then on the other side, we have the Knight of Swords. So where queens can kind of sit and be still and survey their land, there's a little stillness in the queen, but there's movement in the knight. Knights imbue more that fiery energy, which is mirroring the Six of Wands, that fire energy from the wands. And there's a lot of movement there. There's ambition with the knights. You got to be a little careful. The Knight of Swords can be a tad impulsive, kind of the idea of like, oh, I have an idea, I'm going to do it. I have an idea, I'm going to do that. And so you have to be careful about letting that get too far ahead of you. But I think because you have the balance of the queen here, I don't think that will really be a problem. So I think this is going to be the really good side of the night, where the night is just bubbling with ideas, bubbling with like different ambitions and passions that they want to achieve. And ultimately, it's all about action. Swords have a lot of energy around them. The wands have a lot of energy. The knights have a lot of energy. So overall, it feels like a lot of things are moving for you. You do have a bit of the stability here in the queen and being able to sit. It's more of a like flow and go with the flow kind of vibe. So I think that you will understand when you need to ramp things up and push forward, and when you need to reel things back and just kind of sit and be a little still for a little bit. But it's only a 3-card reading, but I still sometimes like to point out there are no cups, there are no pentacles. So no, you get a little bit of that water energy with the queen, but you have no earth energy at all. So there's a lack of stability that's happening, a lack of groundedness. So be careful. It's just another warning. Be careful not to give into that impulsiveness that our knights can have sometimes. Alrighty. Yeah, so I really like this. This pairs up so well. I like how everything really flowed. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I bumped up my thing a little bit early because I have to go pick up my friend from the train station, but I really enjoyed doing readings for you guys, and I will be back next week as always. Feel free to hang out and chat in our Discord if you'd like. We are doing trying to start up a little book club and stuff, so feel free to join us, talk tarot, talk witchcraft, anything else. Alrighty, guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.